My career started in 1984 as a junior assistant cook, and here I am now standing after a 2-year period of command as a commanding officer at HMS Sherwood, and I don't think I'll actually get tired of saying that to myself in my head, commanding officer. It's just been an absolute privilege. They've been a great ships company, it's a great unit. I think it's got lots of potential in the future, and I think that'll probably be the proudest moment of my career is to do this. The biggest highlight was when we planned and executed exercise Trent Wader. Now this was quite unique for the reserves to do something quite like this, and to plan it virtually whilst we were all in lockdown was a challenge in itself. But we managed to put on a disaster exercise on the River Trent, included the Sea Cadets, some actors. We had a deployed headquarters, and we did some real dynamic command and leadership scenario exercises with some displaced people and some casualties. And I think there was a huge amount of learning that was that people got from that, and they enjoyed it so much. The idea was to do it again and make it an annual event, and actually the template was then taken by other reserve units to do something similar on the lines of what we managed to achieve. The only trouble was we didn't manage to do it the following year because we were back in lockdown, but nevertheless it certainly had a theme to it. I think you can't ignore COVID, because like everywhere, we shut down completely, and at a time when we wanted to grow the unit and get more people into the unit. I think people's psyche changed somewhat, where they became more comfortable to be at home rather than going out and going into the unit. So the challenge was to reinvigorate the unit when we came out the other side, and that wasn't an easy transition from the one to the other like you'd expect. It took a little bit of cajoling and making people feel at ease coming back to work. I think largely for the most part we've achieved that now, although due to restructuring and progress and transformation of the reserves, we've got slightly less people than we used to have, but nevertheless, of the people that we could have, most of them are back and engaged, and probably taking a more prominent role in running the unit, so they've got some real ownership. So I'm really quite proud of that. Yeah, it's been pretty awesome, really. That's probably the only way I can summarise it. Awesome.
Yeah, I joined the Royal Naval Reserve 18 years ago. I joined at HMS Sherwood, so I've always been a reservist. So I very much consider this to be my home unit. I specialise in amphibious warfare, working with the Royal Marines for most of my career, from an operational point of view. I've been on full-time reserve service for about 9 years now. I'm just coming off that back to being a part-time reservist. So full-time, I served at the unit ops of this unit. I also worked at Britannia Royal Naval College and HMS Raleigh, overseeing all the basic training for the Royal Naval Reserves at a national level, and spent a couple of years in Navy Command headquarters as well as a training desk officer, and then now happy to come back to being a proper reservist. The Royal Naval Reserves, compared to when I joined, are now fully integrated part of the Royal Navy. On any given day, about 15% of our trained strength are actually delivering operational capability to the Royal Navy, whether that is augmenting duty rosters at air stations, whether that's mobilised in support of things like COVID, or in the offshore patrol squadrons, or perhaps in an intelligence role somewhere, or delivering full-time reserve service, which is what I've just done for 9 years. So we're very much engaged with actual delivery of capability for the Royal Navy. So on a part-time basis, you can join up, gain extra skills, put your civilian skills to task as well if you've got things that are relevant, and really actually have an impact on this country's defence and security. My two main priorities at the moment are to recruit. Obviously COVID and the knock-on effects of that has dented our ability to recruit, to actually get out and interact with the public, and to engage with the region. So we really need to be focusing on building up our ships company back to where we want it to be. So actually getting out there, doing more recruiting activity, more engagement activity is one of our primary focuses. Also to do more regional training. I know Commander Grayson spoke about things like Trent Wader. We're now in a regional training construct where we've actually got greater opportunity to get mass of people training, greater resources and greater expertise in the training. We've also been paired with a waterfront unit over in Liverpool, so now there are ways of getting out onto the water and conducting powerboat training actually on a regional basis, which we've never had access to before in the Royal Naval Reserve. So we want to exploit and maximise those opportunities in the coming months and years to really add value to our people.